WhatsApp. Oh, okay.
Use WhatsApp.
Oh, wow.
And
okay.
you will not believe some of the MNCs who do the weather data and all the things, that they are well known in the industry.
Uh-huh.
We had an internal conversation, and then they said, you know what, I am an IT giant. I use WhatsApp.
Uh-huh. Oh.
I'm telling you, it is understated again, unless until you experience it, right? We did a trade of couple of crores, and it's all on WhatsApp.
Wow.
The only thing, and WhatsApp plus your NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, the typical payment gateways which are already available, and farmers are looking into it. As in, it's not that they do not know, right? If you give the right value, they are in any case transferring it to their kids in the cities to do their own business. So they're doing it. So it's not that they don't.
Wow. So how? I mean, WhatsApp is pretty good for us. So how do they also are pretty well educated about those things, or how do you guys help them?
All of them are on WhatsApp. The smartphone is no more restricted to tier 2, tier 3. Everyone has a smartphone, and everyone has 3 kind of apps. Usually it is WhatsApp to start with. Most of them are on WhatsApp. Facebook is still okay, less than WhatsApp, but then it is very much there. The third category is kind of a split. It's a split of your ZTVs / all the video channels basically. Reliance Jio, that Jio movies. Right. So the video entertainment is big. So these are 3 kind of things which I've seen. I'm still not able to crack the TikTok generation, so I do not want to comment on it, to be honest. But I'm sure the kind of videos which I'm seeing from tier 3 and below is also getting popular. I'll have to understand what's happening.
Okay. So according to you, what could be the top 3 expenses, in this journey when you start, in your mind?
When it comes to agriculture, I guess it's travel and stay. And I'm trying to figure a way out. I have kind of been talking to FICCI agriculture guys.
Okay.
Can we subsidize it? You cannot say that, I'll give you train ticket. It doesn't work sometimes. You just get an appointment with a particular gentleman in government, let's say, 2 days before. Then you cannot take a train from Bangalore to Delhi. You just have to take the next flight.
Correct.
So travel and stay is high on the priority. That is first. Second is, I guess, the first and the second hiring. You do not need an urbanite sitting next to you clueless as you are. The first and the second hires, because I've not gone to the, let's say, the 50 employee stage. We are still 10, 12 types, right?
Okay.
For me, the first and second are the most critical ones. They should be, especially if you are an urbanite like me, who doesn't usually understand the difference between a paddy crop and a ragi crop, which looks both similar. If ragi and paddy are looking similar to you, you are an urbanite in my head. As simple as that. If the second and third hire can bridge you and your customer, I guess you have gone the journey. So that would be a second major expense. They are not very costly.
Okay.
You're looking at tier 2, tier 3 experienced person. They have very experienced people coming at 23,000, 25,000, sub 25,000 types, right? Very, very, I think they have knowledge. The problem is they're not focused. Sometimes they do not know how to utilize it, or they do not know the utility of it. Sometimes they don't even know what to do with it. If you know what to do with it, I guess it's a good start. So these are 3 things, right? Travel, stay wherever you go, and the first 2 hires.
Oh wow, fantastic! So this is pretty much, this is not as big as those businesses which, for infrastructure itself, you invest some 20-30 lakhs. It's pretty doable actually, if you see, right? As compared to those things. Great. So for you, I think this is the most. This is mostly the ongoing expenses that you guys have. Like anybody who starts, this is pretty much the ongoing. Okay. All right. So when there is a part of everybody's, or let's say if I start, I would like to know what is my potential earning for me and my family to take care of bills, right? So I know the first 2 to 5 years, if I'm getting into the business, I should not think about it. I should have some backup for myself. But how did you take care of that in the first, let's say, 3 to 5 years?
Well, I did a mistake of not paying myself. So that kept stretching my, let's say, survival. That was a happy coincidence, but then that's a mistake. Whenever I talk to someone junior to me or someone who's trying to start up or some junior from my college, I tell them, pay yourself first. And then if you're in Bangalore and Karnataka and in this ecosystem especially, the government is extremely supportive. They give you anywhere between 15 to 50 lakhs in grant. There is a Elevate program, and then it's running really, as in it's run well. It is transparent, it's fairly successful in identifying the right guys. They involve NASCOM, they involve a lot of this. It's a multi-stakeholder committee. So go get a grant. There is enough and more support now coming from Government of India as well. Nidhi Prayas, the Nidhi series is coming out well. So the 5 to 10 lakh grant, some amount of support from the government will kickstart your journey. So if you are really smart, right, you will go after these grants, get the grant, and then get into this.
Okay. And so even if you get your grant, let's say, I definitely don't know about that, but paying my bills and investing that money in the business, how do I differentiate between these two? Because do I have to be showing this expenses to someone or something like that? How does it go?
No, if you're disciplined, right, in filing in terms of paying yourself and putting it back to the money and stuff, it's a clear indication to anyone, let's say the first angel investor, that you know what you're trying to do. You're structured that way. So you're just not getting the grant and paying your bills, or getting the grant or investing everything into the research or developing the product for the company. If you are structured that way, you will be able to attract some capital, and more than capital, I guess you will be attracting the right set of people. See, it's not that we have dearth of mentors or we have dearth of ecosystem partners. It is just that the right set of people are not able to meet each other sometimes.
Okay.
So I was lucky because in the second year, I got my mentor, who quite literally, I used to talk to him for almost 1 hour a day. 3 calls almost, 15 to 20 minutes each. So he quite literally told me how to set up a meeting, how to set up a call, how to sit, how to get up, what to start with in a meeting, how to close the meeting, how to start the mail, how to close the mail. It was all on the go. That is the kind of support I got. First mentor. The second one came in, I guess, 2 years later. He told me how to look at a balance sheet. I wish I had gotten a balance sheet.
Okay.
What is, though generally every guy talks about burn rate and stuff, everyone knows that, 18 months you will have to have burn rate. If you are raising investment, have enough for 18 months plus some buffer of 20%, something on those things. Now, this guy told me what exactly is it. What is revenue? What is a MOU? What is the difference between a MOU and agreement? As simple as there is a world of a difference between the two things, right? So very basic stuff which a founder requires. There are people. It is just that certain amount of humility and certain amount of seriousness about your own business is what is there. You will find. Keep talking to people. Usually these people are at places where there is flow of money or flow of knowledge. It concentrates. Usually not in seminars and conferences, unfortunately. Because everyone is looking out, nobody is giving them. But some CA, chartered accountant, might refer you to the right person. One hackathon might get you to the right mentor. So if there is a flow of knowledge, a flow of money, keep an eye on it. You'll figure out the right person.
So let's say if in terms of how much money if I'm saving for myself, take home. So if I have 3 bands, let's say band 1, band A starts from 50,000 to 1 lakh that you're taking home, and band B is nothing but 1 to 3 lakhs, and 3 lakhs and above is band C. So first 3 years, where were you?
I was, I guess, in the second band.
Second band?
Sorry, which was the second band?
Second band is 1 to 3 lakhs take home.
A month?
Yeah.
Oh no, I was in the first band. Very clear.
First band? Okay, all right. Which is good to start with at least. So and gradually, recently, what band are you in?
Still there.
Still there? Okay. And what is your? Which is fine. I totally understand, because most of the investments go in. The expenses are so high, which I totally understand. Right? Okay, that's great. So, and what are the tax benefits that you get on this? The whatever money that you have that invest or take on.
Well, I've not come across any. To be honest, there is something with GST exemption for startups by Government of Karnataka itself. Okay. And we have got grants from them. We have not availed it yet. I know I have read the document thrice, but then there are far too many exciting things to sit on the document. So I have note for now.
All right. Okay. That's great. And you have already told that a lot of government support that you get, and the finances and non-financial both. Non-financial is where you create network and probably you get mentorship and a lot of people to associate with them. That definitely is non-financial. Financial is something that you suggested is mostly towards getting the grant is one. And second thing, I'm sorry, reiterate a couple of things that you also told.
Yeah, basically it's grant and then the EIR, Nidhi EIR, the Nidhi ways of dispersing money.
Okay.
If you're a biotech, you have a much more stable ecosystem nationally, not just in Karnataka. That is the BIRAC ecosystem. They are great ecosystem. They've built something really credible for this country. And they're getting the results. The startups, we go and talk to the BIRAC grantees ourselves, because the kind of products which they are bringing out is very interesting. So big grants, the BIRAC grants, and they are a good ecosystem. And Elevate ecosystem is also great.
Okay. Oh, expanding over this. Nice. Yeah. So, any kind of loans that you have taken? I think you shared that you took loans from. It was loans much. It was functional, or probably something that you've taken from your family. Is that it, or something else that you have been loans?
So I did a smart thing, right? I did take a loan and then to shares and then gave it back. So that is stands. But yes, we have a couple of options open with a corporate bank. They're a lot more simpler. Their processes are a bit simpler. If you're smart, you will use it only for trade financing, basically working capital things. Instead of going to SBI, which will make you kind of wait for some time, you need enough documentations in place and stuff. Even we try doing this CGTMSC, which is collateral free loan. On paper it says collateral free, but then anyone who is trying to give a loan will say either collateral or someone to back you up. Some person with money in bank to back you up, basically as what do you call that? They sign right on behalf that if he defaults in bank. So
okay, like a kind of even I forgot approval kind of stuff, I think.
So have those two options all the time, because once you have a good opportunity, you will have to scale up a bit faster than what you usually work on. Then you would need all these tentacles to open up and then help you.
Oh, nice. Okay. And so how? Networking. How do you put networking as a as a major part in this setting up a business?
So to give you an example, as a founder, now there is some team to look into operations, input selling and all those things. It's off my table, more or less. I just look into the weekly summary or twice in a week summary. Once on Wednesday, once on Saturday. What is the sales? What is the margin stuff? I've removed myself. Output is now getting stabilized. That is selling of onions and stuff. So there is a model which is interesting model. Now most of my time is to build solutions, not products, solutions. There's a huge difference. Product can be a solution, but then usually it is combination of 2 or 3 very good, well-priced products which builds into a commercially viable solution. Now, what do? Last 5 months, I've reached out to some 79 startups and counting. Today also, I had two calls in the morning. So, quite literally on a daily basis, I'm talking to people. If it is in our domain, agriculture, I do it at the company's time. If it is off, some nanotechnology which is very interesting, I do it at 9 o'clock. So, I have a lot of 9 p.m. calls. So that the other innovator is also free and then I can also talk at length.
Okay.
But what happens is, there's one suggestion which I would give to anyone who's starting. Don't limit yourself to just learning about agriculture. If you can learn something about walls which opens and closes the tap or
walls. Okay, all right.
To nanotechnology, which can reduce temperature, to some crazy molecule which is sitting in National Chemical Laboratory, to some that paintable solar cells or something. Keep learning. Don't stop yourself from learning. IT is not the end of the world. There is enough and more happening. I know. I'm specifically telling you this because we have learned enough about IT. At least we know that there are 4 languages in IT, if not anything else.
Correct.
We at least know how to bullshit about IT, if not talk sense about it. Now, I do not see that kind of interest about basic sciences. What happens in an anaerobic digester. As simple as that. Keep learning. There is enough and more institutes, published papers. Okay, if you do not want to read papers like me, if you're a bit lazy, go watch YouTube videos. There is enough of Josh Talks and TED Talks and TEDx Talks given by these innovators. There are enough of these award guys. It's a great place to hunt for new product and innovators. All of these awards attract the right set of people, and whoever makes it through usually has a very good product. Reach out to them. All of their email IDs, privacy is a fallacy, right? So all of their email IDs and phone numbers are online. They're accessible on LinkedIn. Reach out to them. Talk to them. There is great potential for collaborations. All of them are great at products, not on solutions. This is one insight which I'm setting.
Wow. Okay. Networking plays a huge role as and when you reach out. Correct.
And nobody says no to build a solution and increase sales.
Oh, okay. So we need not afraid from anyone. It's just give them a call and get the work done.
If they're open, they're open. If not,
absolutely. Absolutely. Nice. So let's move to self-development part of it. Entrepreneurship, getting into the business is, I know it's itself is a platform where you grow by every kind of rejections, every kind of pitfalls. But how do you keep yourself? What do you do for self-development for yourself and keep on building?
So the first thing which I learned is how whatever you do, try and have one space where you'll feel absolutely grounded. That means there should be 1 or 2 in your life who can ground you like no one's business. They should thrash you down to the ground. But very interestingly, I'll tell you this. Interestingly, these are the exact kind of people who will also kind of help you float up when you're going down. Sometimes it is depressing and there are downward spirals, right? Have people who can do both for you. Sometimes it might be as simple as your mother and father. Sometimes it might be your mentor. And if you happen to if you are already married or going through that phase, it might be your spouse, right? So this is one thing which I'll tell. The second part of self-development is, if you are learning, right, you will understand that how much ever you do or how much ever you know about a particular sector, you are an idiot in the next one. And awesome. The professor side, now I can talk about agriculture to a certain extent. That too, agronomics, not even about agriculture. If you want to know more about hybrid seeds, I just know the brand names. I do not know what exactly happens inside. But if you want me to give a theory on building a MSP, what is P1, P2 and all those things, that I can. Where was receipt financing, right time debt and things. But the moment I get into nanotech, I have no clue. I'm quite literally dependent on the guy to help me translate into English and then to see if I can do something with it. And interestingly, the more you do it, it will become a regular pattern in you. That, okay, I might be knowing one, but the next thing, I'm dumb. I have no clue what it is. So that will keep you grounded.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, I mean, there is a sea out there, I guess.
It is much more than that. People have done some crazy stuff in labs on the ground, and it is not scaling. I'll tell you the irony of the situation is this country has all the problems and this country has most of the solutions. And only the problems are scaling, not the solutions, unfortunately.
My God.
Because I'll give you one insight. Just because two people are not talking.
Guys, talk.
You cannot emphasize. Use LinkedIn to the hilt. Go search. Search engines are there. I talked to professors who gave me examples that, look, you guys can Google search everything. We had no way but to go to one particular IIT, wait for the professor for 3 days, 2 days, sit with him for a couple of hours and again come back. Here you're doing on Google. For me, it was just a random statement. But the more I started doing, right, now I want to do, let's say, something to do with ultra low cost greenhouse. There is a Mexican who is doing it.
Oh.
And there's a YouTube video how to do it.
Oh, wow.
I'm not spending 6 months of my life. And there is one Bangalorean who is doing ultra low cost tissue culture lab, which is 1/5 the cost and doesn't require too much of scientific expertise and stuff. And it is right out there. And they're all publishing, they're all talking. You just have to write that email or reach out to them. Make sure that you sound serious and you're not wasting your time. That's it. Because the only expectation is the other way.
That's a wise advice, actually. and I mean, you have already mentioned about your mentor not many times. How do you put mentorship? Where do you put mentorship at this point of time, or any point of time in this journey?
I guess I have a very simple answer. Had they not come across in my life, I would have shut down. Simple.
Shut down it?
I guess 3 years at time. Yeah, I could have shut down. I would have, as I say, the Tupperware Janta. We take Tupperware, go to the office, play football, do something and come back. I would have been there. Had it not been for 2-3 guys who held my hand when I was drowning, they put in their hard-earned money when their kids were just about to get into school, and they had themselves got out of job to start up. These are the kind of amazing individuals I've met, and I cannot overemphasize. It's like how do I put it? Every generation will have a particular place where the nutheads and really well-meaning people come together. Probably it was the universities in 80s where you had the cream day cream entering universities, right? You had one black and white picture of all 17 novel laureates, if you have seen it. I guess entrepreneurship is this place which is bringing in very interesting people together. But the only thing is, thanks to the communication, things can be done faster, at a faster pace. And thanks to the kind of, how do I put it, the rough environment of entrepreneurship, which invariably brings the right set of people together to just survive. Right? It's cold out there. Now, thanks to Corona, it's going to be even colder. That means people like me will thrive just because I can collaborate, just because I can bring two people to talk to each other. And then say, hey, can you guys build some product so that I can sell the same solution at a cheaper price? Or better efficiency, or faster, cheaper, faster, better, simple. So great time to collaborate, because everyone would be open to survive.